How's it going, Angel? That's right. It is indeed a late night. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully I get to sleep in a couple hours. There's the new usage rates for the new MOC dropped. So, I think I just want to talk about it, turn that into a video, and then maybe head to sleep after. Hooah. Actually, ever since the daylight savings time a couple months ago, the goddamn the resets for all the gacha games is now an hour sooner than it used to be. So it used to be 2 a.m. for me. So I used to always have until 2 a.m. to finish my dailies, but now I have until 1 a.m. And 1 a.m. is just not enough time. Because I've gotten into the habit of getting ready by 2. Hey, what's up? O. Oh, how are you guys doing? Yeah, I wonder how much of the world actually does it. I was like, let's look this up. How many countries have daylight savings time? 70 countries. So 40% of the globe change the time. What's even the purpose of it? Is it to increase the amount of hours you have to work? Increase the working hours in the day? Keeping the mornings earlier, maybe? Is that the reason? Huh. I guess we can look that up too. Purpose of daylight savings time. Conserve energy. What? Pushing clocks forward to make greater use of daylight during the warmer months. Interesting. I mean, that's one of the reasons, obviously. There's like 7. But it does seem like energy conservation seems to be a big reason. Interesting. Oops. We love our farmers. We love our farmers. Oh. go ahead and pin the Twitch thing in case any of you guys want to watch there instead. Okay. Why don't we start looking at what's on the agenda? I don't prefer Twitch, but I do want to diversify. So we are duo streaming right now. How do you build your Luca? You know, when it comes to Luca, there's no point of building him for dot. There's no point of building him with attack, right? Obviously no crit. So, the only Luca is really just break Luca. So, just gotta prioritize those massive physical bleeds. And then, keep re-triggering it with his E6 and his talent. But, he's pretty much just a worse boot hill. In his best role. But he's still good. I like him a lot. Level 55. If you have speed on any relic, always roll it to 3 or 6. Even if you don't have materials, just wait until you do and always roll it. Never trash anything with speed ever. Ever. Because the rainbow pieces that you get with certain speed pieces at some point, it's really, really going to add up. And at some point you will get your rolls. And once you get a couple rainbow speed pieces, your supports are going to be really, really happy. Because 4 pieces are overrated. 4 pieces are super overrated. I mean, yeah. You can... I use that light cone too, but that's the light cone I use for his break build. So just maximum break effect. It's okay. It's okay. But like Sampo's better. Gwenithan's probably better. Every dot character is probably better in dot than Luca. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this as a little warm-up. We're going to go ahead and do a really quick welt. I think, actually, wait. Yeah. Why do I save Eidolons? Just so I can have something to play around with later, I guess. Is it Sunday? Shoot. Okay, you know what? Actually, maybe instead, I'll, go ahead and get this done because I'm probably going to end up forgetting tomorrow. I really wish they make like a faster version of this. Like they did it in what's it called, in ZZZ. They took out the TVs for the Blitz Hollow Zero, and that's really, really fun. That's like actually my favorite game mode. I actually like playing that even if I get like no rewards from it. Did I just get into a battle for no reason? Okay, good. What team should I use in Pure Fiction? Because my team gets one-cycled by enemies. I have Clara and Acheron. It's probably more of a healing issue. more than anything else, I'm assuming. But if you have Acheron and Zhao, then that should be... You could probably toss some plastic bags as the 3rd and 4th character, and you'll be able to do it. Clara Robin, Ting Yun's good. Get more ults. I don't even know what the buffs are, to be honest. I don't remember. This Pure Fiction. I don't pay attention to Pure Fiction very much. Oh. Do I think the endgame is pretty friendly with players' time? No, I don't. It takes too long. It takes too long. To do every week. Because I've missed 2 weeks out of the past 2 months. And I remember every time I miss it because I look at that ball, that golden ball, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I not do it? Ugh. I gotta read the chat a little bit faster. You know, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better at reading a little faster, but Hey, booty. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, of course, your addition. Some weeks it's fast, some weeks it's slow. Yeah, I mean, if I'm just like sitting around like this, just not pressing it, oh, why did I even waste that? I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time. Your simulated universe resets in 10 hours. That's because you're on Asia server. How much speed does Sunday need to reach 134 with the new set? He's in 96 base, so he's gonna get 6, but that 6 is really like 5 point something. So he's gonna need 32. So 7 subs, I believe. That's a little bit of mental math, but hopefully it's right. Oh, I really like the dot pure fictions. Those are actually some of my favorite ones, to be honest. Dot is really good if you pair in the buffs. Like Simulated Universe, it's so fun to use dot. I mean, everything's good in Simulated Universe, obviously, but in pure fiction especially, dot becomes super good when it gets those good buffs. Also, what is this team? I didn't even realize that. Anyways. HP buffs. I personally... I like them, actually. I don't really mind it, personally. It does make the 4-star runs very difficult. Like, very, very difficult. And it makes it so you almost don't have any options. Like, you have to do... Like, you have to use only, like, certain characters because, like, the threshold to be able to clear is, like, so small now that, you can't do it with a large variety of teams like you could in the past. Like, I do want to do 4-star only with this current MOC. The only problem is it's not possible without Serval. It's just not possible without Serval because she's the only AoE 4-star that can clean up the second wave fast enough. Unless you use Super Break, but then I don't like using Super Break for the 4-star only runs. And without Ron May, Super Break kind of sucks balls too. Also, what did I just press? Did I just... Oh, I'm so dumb. I wasn't paying attention and I clicked the thing that gets rid of every single blessing. Oh, that's real dumb. We'll have to buy back as many as we can. I unironically made this run so much longer when I was trying to just speed through it. Ugh. Ugh. Sunday speed 1 slower than the main DPS? Yeah. Definitely. Acheron. Fuck, why didn't... God damn it. Wait, this is taking too long. Let's... restart. No. Whatever. I'll just let it play. What are you guys talking about? I've ever made a guide on zero cycling and stuff? I mean, not really. Like a guide in specific for zero cycling? I don't really know what that would be. That would pretty much just be like speed tuning and just like certain rules of thumb that you want to keep in mind while you play. Well, what they should do, because you're absolutely right, not only is it lazy, the repeat bosses are just stupid. Like, I don't know why we're having so many repeat bosses. And the TV boss, originally I didn't like it, but I'm actually fine with it because it's not the choir, so it's fine with me as long as there's no choir. If they ever bring the choir back, I might actually boycott some section of MOC because that's like ridiculously dumb. That's ridiculously dumb. To have the boss be like 3 out of 4 MOCs. That's just stupid. I just want two. I don't know why they can't just make 2 new bosses every time. They have 6 weeks and an unbelievable amount of money. Just give us 2 new bosses. Like, they don't have to make new bosses for Pure Fiction or Simulated Universe or whatever, or what's it called, Apocalyptic Shadow rather. But MOC, just give us 2 new bosses. It's not hard. It's not hard. Or at least guarantee 1 new boss every time and stop doing repeats. Like after like the same one. I don't know. Yeah, they should add different mechanics. Just make the game more interesting instead of HP buffs, 100%. But at the same time, you gotta be careful with that because then sometimes they make it so the only gimmick to beating the boss is by using like a specific team, and if you don't have that specific team, then it just like, you know, it's like whatever. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is tougher, so oh, have I tried Genshield? What the fuck? What is that? I've never tried doing this challenge with Rappa's thing, but I kind of want to. Usually I use like Firefly or something else, but... Die, fucking pig. Fuck you. There we go, yeah. There's some nice bacon. Some nice cyber pork. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, almost there. Come on, little piggy. Little piggy, piggly wiggly. Oh, it's wiggling. It's a dead piggy. Any of you guys know the store, Piggly Wiggly? There's none by me, but there are in certain parts of the United States. But if you guys know what Piggly Wiggly is, then it's probably 2:30 for you guys, so there are probably none of you guys here. I'm actually curious, who is here? Because it is late, so... Well, we're working with, Europe and Asia, I'm assuming. Teams may matter more than character builds. I'm curious when Remembrance comes out what it's going to be like with the 5th character. That's going to be really, really, really interesting to look at, actually. Yeah. Okay. Oh, have I tried the Wordle for Honkai Star Rail? This site is called Genshield. I'll look it up. Let's see. Guessing game. Interesting. Interesting. Let's try it. I'm curious what this is like. There we go. Oh. Okay, what is this? Honkai Star Rail. Normal mode. What is this? What the fuck? How do you do this? Am I dumb? If it's green, it means it's correct. But what am I doing? But like, where are the clues? Am I just blind? Okay. I'll be honest, guys. I'm so lost. What the fuck are we... What is this? Can I get a little bit of more detailed explanation, please? So not a lightning or nihility? And the character came out before... Oh. Okay. Before 2.1. Let's see. Alright, let me set this into the thing so it starts doing it. Oh, come on, hurry up. Come on. I don't care about this stuff. Just get me to the goddamn boss fight. I'll select it in a second. Okay, just one more. Click. 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 There we go. I'll try Yukong. I'm still not entirely sure. Wait, so the only... So everything here is just what it isn't. I'll be honest, I haven't done a Wordle before. I don't actually... I thought a Wordle is you get a couple letters and you find words. No, that's a scramble. What the fuck is a Wordle? I don't know. Okay. How do I change the team? Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. Let's get back to it. We had... okay, let's press Yukong, see what happens. Oh, okay, I see. So we're looking at a Zhenzhou character that's not lightning. Oh, this means that it's not before 1.1? Or it is before? Because it's red? So it's comes out after? Zhenzhou. Is it... before 1.1? Okay, 1.0 character. Zhenzhou... fuck me. See, this is the problem, because I don't know my lore. Not that. Okay, wait, what's a character? Okay, let's make our third guess a nice distribution. Right, we don't want to pick Harmony. Don't want to pick Nihility, obviously. So... Yanqing could be a good guess. That would cover Ice, Hunt, and, I like that guess. That gets rid of 2 different things. Oh. So it's just the other Hunt one. So it's just Don Hung? Is there another Hunt I'm not thinking of? I swear it's only Don Hung. Oh, Su Shang. That's true. Oh, I'm trying to think. We have 5 guesses, right? Su Shang gets rid of, oh, is it? Interesting, okay. I guess the answer is Su Shang. Good job, guys. You guys did well. What's the daily quote? Oh. I didn't even... ha! Time to make some mischief. Sparkle. Fuck. Time to make some mischief. What is that? Time to make some mischief. Fu Xuan. Fuck. Is it? Hint. Voice actor Felicia. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, Tokui Sora. Of course I know her now. Oh, Lee Jae-hyun. Of course. Of course. How could I not know that? Clearly the answer is Jade. Fuck. Next hint. Volume. Where's the volume? Okay, whatever. Fuck the volume. Last guess. Time for some mischief. Time for some mischief. No. Okay. The bow of God. Okay, no, that's not right. Time for some mischief. 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 How about what? How about I'll say hook for you guys. Good job. Interesting. Okay, wait, what's endless mode now? I'm curious. Okay. Fail. Physical destruction. Okay, destruction. Okay, so it's newer than that. Okay. So... No, okay, that was easy. That was just a lucky guess, though. Okay. This time? Faye. Okay. Foo. Fuck. I'll go... Herda. What the fuck? Oh, I shouldn't have doubled up on these, not knowing. How am I supposed to know that? The fuck? Lightning Erudition? Nope. Abundance Fire. That looks good. What? Oh, that's true. Above 1.3, but that's like a lot of characters. It's almost everybody. One final guess with no hints. It's not Abundance. Okay, so it's not a Sustain, and it's not a Erudition or Hunt. So it's either a Nihility or a Destruction. Or it's Aglia, and somehow Remembrance made its way in here, but probably not. Harmony. Or Harmony. Could be Robin. Okay, but it's not these shows. It's not the Herd. Oh, that's obvious. Could be Acheron. Could also be Jingliu. Nope. Lightning. Kafka? Could be Kafka. Actually, no. Kafka came out 1.2, right? Jade? No. Lynx? No. We gotta put this on a timer, actually. I think it's cheating if you take too long, because then you can just figure it out. Could be Trailblazer. No. Acheron fits, doesn't she? Acheron's none of these. Acheron doesn't use these. Oh. Which one does Acheron use? Acheron doesn't use this. Whatever, we guess. Fuck. It was Robin. Whoever said Robin, you got it right. Damn. Well, too bad. That was rough. Okay, so this is now what's next on the agenda. Is we're going to be looking at this, but before, let me actually go ahead and collect this stuff here. We're going to try to record a video so that way I have something to post, because I'm out of vids currently. Posted everything I had. Technically there's one more, but we haven't got to that one yet. Cool. that's enough of that. Okay. Content other than gacha games, I have. I definitely have. Reason being is because I see those views that those drama videos get, and it's ridiculous. Literally like an 8 minutes of slop. It's like really good slop because it's like nonsense and people eat it up, and it's like hundreds of thousands of views for talking about how Mr. Beast, I don't know, ran over a kid in a Santa Claus costume or some shit. Anyways, Forgotten Hall. Nice. Okay. Okay. Actually, wait, before we get into that. Ron may definitely most used character. Sunday will be soon. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay. Oh, gotta get in a recording state here. Recording mood. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just cracked like 17 times. Oh. I'm letting the nitrogen leave my body. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, some variety's cool. We're gonna see what we got going on here. How do I want to start this video? Actually, first let's just look at it so I know what the fuck this is. Yeah, I have no time with work and school and this and everything right now. It's rough. Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know the reasoning. Okay. Okay. I don't want to look at it too much. The whole point of the video is my first reaction, reading everything. Go ahead and turn the music off just so I can add the music after. Technically, I don't. I mean, no, your average of 7 is weird. I was gonna say like 7 just seems like the worst facial, but the average facial, maybe just everybody. I think the reason is just because a lot of people probably don't have maxed things. A lot of people don't have maxed characters. Wait, why am I talking about this right now? This is supposed to be in the video. Bad. Anyways, need a little bit of water. Could be some trolls. I love Gogeta, by the way. Big Bang Kamehameha. GT is the best show. I don't care what anybody fucking says. I don't care if it's not canon, it's the best. $90 is crazy, by the way. That's a crazy what's it called thing? It's a crazy ratio. Okay. So we've got new usage rates for the hardest MOC, some people might say, because of all those HP increases that all those enemies have been getting. So if we look over at what the current MOC 12 is, you can see that we've got Suvarog on the first side, and then we've got the TVs on the second side, right? So Wind, Lightning, I wonder what teams are going to be good against those, I wonder. And then Imaginary Fire, Imaginary Fire? Does it sound like maybe there's a Your Edition Imaginary and a Destruction Fire character that are break characters and are extremely used? I wonder what those rates are going to be like. So let's hop into the stats for MOC 12 and see what are the most used characters and the characters that have fallen off ever so slightly. At 90%, Ron May. That makes just about as much sense as anything, because break with Rappa, with Firefly, I can see how that's a pretty reasonable number. Now, I do wonder what those 10% of people who had break teams, what they used for both sides, because the second side, since it's AoE, it pretty much has to be Your Edition. So we're looking at characters like Argenti here. We're looking at Jade. Jade is unbelievable in that side. I mean, the second side, Jade is crazy. That run that we did earlier with E1 Jade and Fei Xiao, just crazy versus 5 enemies, how much the damage of Your Edition characters adds up. As for other Your Edition characters, it's pretty much Rappa, and that might honestly be it if we don't count the 4 stars. When it comes to the 4 stars, however, and of course the standards, I guess we got Himiko here, we've got Herta, we've got Serval, which is probably the best one for side 2. When it comes to a 4-star that's AoE. And other than that, that seems to pretty much be it. So, if we look at side 2 in particular, I'm curious what the top teams were, and then we're going to get back into the usage rate just because I want to see these Ron May teams, because pretty much they're all going to be the same thing. It's all going to be either Firefly or Rappa with the Trailblazer, which is soon going to be swapped in for Fugue, and then the Sustains, which seems to pretty much just be Gallagher or Linksha, except some people put in Aventurine. No. Aventurine is for the Fei Xiao and for the Acheron team, so I guess that makes perfect sense, realistically. Yeah. Would you look at that? The top 10 teams are all Rappa, Acheron, and Firefly. At 29% Firefly, these two teams had a total of 53%. So more than half of the 262 teams that were, I guess, calculated here were all Super Break like this. And we also had one Super Break with Himiko. That's an average cycle of 9. That's absolutely abysmal, but I guess it's there. Because the standard character and the only character you need to pull is this Ron May on this team. So I guess that's an interesting team. This team had a 8.89 average cycles going against the AoE boss. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me realistically, because even though it's single target, this team is really, really strong. So these numbers are pretty weird, but let's look at the first side. So let's look at what the actual boss is for this one. We've got Suvarog, and we've got lightning on every single enemy, and we've also got wind on every single enemy. So that's why Mose is actually one of the best 4-stars to pretty much be used in this MOC. So I'm curious to see if we've got any Moses in the team. Let's see. We look at that. Number 3, we actually got a Mose. So the first 3 are all Fei Xiao teams. They're the 3 different versions of Fei Xiao teams. It's pretty much the standard core of Aventurine and Robin. But then we've swapped in between Topaz, March 7th, and Mose, the 3 characters that you want to be using with Fei Xiao. Now, when it comes to the average cycles, it looks like Mose was 2, Topaz was 1, and then March 7th was the slowest. So, I do wonder why, because if we look a little higher, actually, I did notice this. In the specialist tier, Mose had the highest average cycles, but he also had one of the lowest average usage ratings, right? So I wonder what his Eidolon is in this, because I'm not sure if it says. I'm assuming they're all E6 4-stars, and if it is E6 4-star, then Mose definitely performs better than Topaz in this current side, just because the only fire weak we've got is actually the Silverog. Now, what is the 4th team? Just standard Acheron with Zhao and Sparkle. I do wonder how good this team is with an E0 Acheron, because with my E2 Acheron, I get that extra stack with just the 1 nihility, but I do wonder what the damage is like, because 7.7 with an Acheron team is rough, but of course this is most likely counting, people who haven't built their characters, haven't leveled their talents, haven't invested properly when it comes to any good light cones, or maybe even Eidolons, I guess you could say. Now we've got Dot. This is the most used Dot team in MOC 12 so far. We've got Kafka, Black Swan, Robin, and Huohuo. That is, honestly, I don't know why anybody would do this, because if we look at this side, right, if we go back to the enemies in this side here, we've got Lightning and Wind weak. Now, if we use Kafka and Black Swan, if we pair Ron Mei, we're going to be able to get some super high amounts of, essentially toughness damage dealt, so we can break these enemies super consistently. And with the weakness break extension that Ron Mei gets, it's just going to be much, much, much easier to clear, especially for people who don't have good sustains. Because if you don't have a good sustain, all you need is Ron Mei. Because if you have Ron Mei, you don't really need a sustain. Even if you're using a team that doesn't actually output too much damage, and you do need to sustain, the ideal or the reality is that at the end of the day, when the characters are getting broken and they're spending so much time being broken, you're going to have no problems healing yourself up. So, as for the next team here, we're looking like we have just a little bit more of a free-to-play Acheron team, and then we have standard Firefly. Break versus the first side, let's go back to it. Interestingly enough, I think Boot Hill is the best versus this one, because Rappa, there is this imaginary week, but the problem is that we have no characters to break this one. This is literally the one problem with using Rappa for the first side, is that there is nothing to break this. With Fire, we have Linksha. With Gallagher, we have Fire. We can easily break Silverog if we want to, but this enemy, if we don't have Quantum, which we don't unless we use Silverwolf, if we don't have Wind, which, how many Wind characters are you going to put on a Rappa team? And when it comes to Lightning, there's pretty much nothing. So hopefully when Fugue comes out, maybe we'll have a little bit of a better situation going on when it comes to using Rappa in off-element teams, because, we're going to have obviously that Omni-element attack. Pretty damn good. So, on to the next team here. We've got... That's very interesting. It makes a lot of sense because of the weaknesses, but we're looking at Dot Karan. And this is one of my favorite teams, actually. This is the identical version. Not identical, but pretty damn close to the one that we did yesterday. That run was really, really fun, but that was a Fei Xiao Dot team. And this one works, honestly, just as good, because Dot is such a good core for Acheron, and it's such a good core for Fei Xiao too, because they both benefit really, really well. Anyways, as for the 10th team here, we just had the stand... this looks just like a slop team, just because they put in Fushuan, so it's just the same stuff. Now, when it comes to every single character in their particular elements and what they do, or categories rather, what is it? What are we looking at here? The number 1 damage dealer was Fei Xiao. 6.59 cycles. That's about 1.3 higher than everything else before it, which is pretty damn good when you compare just like in its own ballpark, because 6.5 is, well, it's pretty bad, but if you compare it to 10 plus, it's good. So at 42% usage rate, I am a little bit surprised. That's pretty high. Did my camera just die? Motherfuckers. Fuck. It's okay. Oh, let me reset my thing real quick. Okay, we're back. Almost. Okay. Wait, what did I what was the last thing I said? Does anybody remember? Because I didn't see when my face froze. That's a funny face. Why do I look so stupid? Activate. There we go. Oh, interesting. Wait, thanks for saying that in the chat. Oh, thanks. Yeah. What was it? Wait, I'm off center. Fuck. Where were we? Okay. So if we come and look at the different categories of characters, between the damage dealers, the specialists, the amplifiers, and the sustains, whatever you want to call them, number one in the damage dealer category, and this is for both sides of the MOC, which is pretty important. Actually, no. I take it back. This isn't. This is the last 3 phases. Wait, never mind. Scrap that. Wait, is this 3? Is this 3? This is MOC 10, 11, and 12, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So now if we look at the characters in their own categories and what their usage is like over the last 3 phases of MOC 12. Wait. No. 10, 11, 11, 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12? Yeah. So if we look at the different categories of characters and see which ones are used more than others for the last 3 phases of MOC, which is pretty important because that means that we've got essentially 6 different stages of elements to work with instead of just, prioritizing the ones that are elementarily advantaged. We got some DEI element characters. Anyway, so the point is that with Fei Xiao here, 42% average usage rating if they have her, which makes sense. It's just about the same as Acheron. In the 40s, these are the 2 really, really fun DPSs. They're probably the most fun DPS. Yunli is pretty damn close, but yeah, considering that these 2 are just 2 of the most sought after DPSs, you could say, that makes sense. But as for the cycle count, even though it's low, I guess you just have to put it into perspective of every other one instead of just by itself because, some people don't have built characters and some people don't have Level traces, good builds. Haven't invested a lot of time. They play this game casually, so maybe they can't even clear the MOC. So if we've got like some 20 cycle clears, this might be pushing back the average like a ton. Now, Yunli, again, like my favorite gameplay character. I feel like I'm playing Sekiro when I play with Yunli. I'm glad to see her up this high. That means that people actually know how to use her, which is a little bit surprising if you ask me, because Yunli gets so good when you play her perfectly, and it's the same thing with Robin. Because if we actually hop over into Robin, we're going to get back into the DPSs, but the amplifier, when it comes to Robin versus Ron-Mei, Robin has lots of, let's just say, intricacies in her kit. You can play her with different speeds. You can have her be hyper fast and get into Concerto faster, and then have your characters go multiple times before the wave ends. You can build her slow with some Von Whack with her own action advance, and advance her forward with a Sparkle to get into Concerto immediately. The point is that there's a lot of stuff you can do with Robin to make her a lot better versus a Ron-Mei, where there's nothing you can do with a Ron-Mei to like play better with a Mei. She's just ults, you've got your buffs. Sometimes you'll hold the buff and extend the ult by one extra turn if you need to, but other than that, there's not too much intricacies there. Robin is a little bit more of a, you have to dial her down a little bit further. Now, the next character, we've got Dr. Ratio coming in at number 4 behind Acheron at 6% usage right now. He's a free character, but even though he's a free character, I am curious how many people actually picked him up on his rerun. Most likely, well, not most likely, only people who didn't get him on the free mail. But yeah, Clara coming in at 8.9. I mean, these are pretty damn similar. This 10 plus, I wonder what that 10 plus actually is, because I'm assuming that they did order these correctly. Actually, no, they just rated these by usage rate. Nope, no, they didn't. So maybe they did actually place these correctly. Okay. Clara, there's no physical weakness, so I don't really know why anybody would use her in any stage, because this is just MOC. Anyways, we've got Jingyuan next at 8.91. Now, everybody knows he's going to be jumping up. He's going to be much, much, much higher in about a couple days once Sunday comes out. But I do wonder what his actual average usage rate is. This percentage here is high usage rate usually negatively impacts the character's cycles, and the opposite also happens when a character isn't that popular, but performs above expectations thanks to dedicated fans, not vans. That's a shoe brand. Okay, interesting. Well, looks like next we've got Imbibitor, Himiko, and Blade. So these are the next ones before we start getting into the bad ones. We've got some good imaginary. I would think that Imbibitor would be a little bit higher, but maybe that's just the state of Imbibitor nowadays. He's one of those characters that I feel like you have him at E2, or maybe you just don't, and if you don't really play with him that much. Although I could be wrong. Maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. But as for Himiko, she's just standardly aging like fine wine. Every single patch, it seems like she gets a little bit of a buff with some character or some mechanic or anything. And now with Fugue and, Exo toughness, Himiko's going to go absolutely berserk. So we're going to see that, fly up the ratings soon. Now, Blade is only here probably because of the wind weakness in MOC 12, but if we look at MOC 11, I mean, what is the weaknesses of 11? I mean, how much wind are we actually working with here? No wind here. No wind here, so maybe 10 or some wind? Yeah, okay. We got a wind here with Hule, so most likely because of Hule and the Suvarog, we've got some increased blade stocks. Interesting. We like to see it. We'd love to see it. Zila, Yangcheng, QQ, Argenti, Jingliu, Serval, Herda, Misha, Hook, Donhung. What is this? Arlon. I was going to say Aventurine, but we all know it's Arlon and the Destruction Trailblazer. So at this point, in the first stage, the only 4 stars that I would really use, right, would be a character that can break the hand. That would be a good one because you don't really want to get taken. Ideally wind or electric. And other than that, there's not really much. So I would probably say Don Hung would be a good one if you guys wanted to use him as a 4-star. Arlon is pretty good in that one. But of course, you do have to build these characters a little bit harder. QQ is alright. QQ is just a gamble. She can work any side, but that's a little bit, a little bit special. Now, speaking of specialists. We've got different characters here. We've got follow-up characters, we've got dot characters, and we've got break characters. Number 1 coming in, Mose. 4.5% usage rate, low usage rate, probably because he only works on one team. Actually, he works on a couple if you watch my videos, but for the most part, he only works in one team. And that team with Fei Xiao is really, really, really broken for the first side. So once again, we did already talk about it, but that average cycle being low makes sense. Now, Topaz at 27% is, I like to see that. I really like to see that because she's so good. She just gets better and better, just like Fei Xiao. Maybe with Remembrance coming out, maybe follow-up won't be as good as it is right now because I just think follow-up's one of the best archetypes, like hands down. It's just so fun. It's so good to look at, and all the characters have different ways of attacking. So you can have like Aventurine, Mose, Fei Xiao on the team, and you're going to be getting 3 different types of follow-ups. Or you want to switch it up, take Aventurine and Mose out, and now you got like a Topaz Linkshot, and now you got bunnies, and now you got pigs. So I don't know. The follow-ups are really, really fun to play with. Next, we got March 7th. So pretty much the top 3 are just Fei Xiao supports. Makes sense, I suppose. Rappa. Now, this asterisk here means that this is probably only for a couple stages, which means that the information is a little bit, I guess the sample size is a little bit smaller, you could say. But considering that she only really works ideally in like Year Edition or AoE scenarios, or if there's a lot of imaginary, that's interesting. I would think that the break teams would have lower average cycles, just because you can't really optimize all that well with break teams. It's all just speed and maybe a little bit of break effect. So I am surprised to see these relatively like autoplay teams be kind of like here. I would think that Super Break as a whole would just be a little bit of an easier archetype to play with. Now, Firefly. I don't like this. My poor Rappa is at 20% and Firefly is at 63%. That's a 43% swing, and that is that's rough. I mean, that just maybe that just goes to show, because Boot Hill here is sitting at 5, and that should be a crime. That should actually be a crime, because Boot Hill deserves so much more than what he gets. So much more. He is better than Rappa, and he's better than Firefly. Yet for some reason, people just don't seem to like him. I wonder if he's a male. Maybe it's because he's a male. I mean, I personally don't like male characters all that much, yet he's just so fun to play with, so good, so intricate. He's the only break character that actually requires thought, and he's damn good. Although Rappa actually requires thought too, because you can play around with, play around with your different attacks, play around with the speed tunings of the team. The teams and the options you've got with Rappa are a little bit higher than Firefly, so I do like that about them. Now, when it comes to the Dot, we had Dot performing worse than Break, which makes sense, so that makes sense there. We also did have a very good amount of Lightning and Wind weaknesses in this total MOC, so I guess that makes sense that these guys are about a little bit less than a quarter. In total, though, you would think that these two would be used together, so in total, only about 16% usage. Interesting. Jade, 9.42 cycles. She's probably only really shines in those AoE fights, so, versus the Choir, versus the TVs, so I guess that makes sense for this MOC stage. Now, Welt, of course, I don't really know what he does at E0, so, of course I know what he does, but he's not all that good at E0, so. Sampo, I still don't level Sampo. Still haven't leveled Sampo. But at the end of the day, Sampo is a very good wind dot support. So if you pair that with Black Swan versus all these wind stages, I would think that it'd be a little bit higher. But we had all the dot characters, Su Shang and Luca, and then we had our poor Shui taking the last spot. Now, is this fair? Is this fair? I don't know. Let's just take a quick look. No quantum. 11, the bug might be the only quantum we've got. Full quantum side. This is a good side for Jouet, to be honest. That's a good one. And no quantum. So 1 out of 6 are quantum. I guess that probably has a little bit to do with how little Jouet is used, but at the same time, not too many people probably use Jouet anyways. But I will be one of those forever. I do love my Mara Struck gameplay. Now, when it comes to the amplifiers, this is actually one of my favorite categories to talk about because harmonies overall are just my favorite ones. Harmonies and nihilities. So, coming in at 57%, 6.84 cycles, Robin. Okay? Let's go through them and then we'll talk about it. We've got Zhao sitting at 23% usage. Now we need to look at Acheron. What is Acheron's usage here? This doesn't make any sense. Because why are we working with a 41% usage rate here on Acheron, but then a 23% usage rate on Zhao? I don't understand people who have Acheron and decided not to get Zhao, even in E0, anything. I think that Zhao is more important than Acheron's Light Cone, more important than any of Acheron's Eidolons. Zhao changes Acheron. Literally took the piece that was missing from her soul and placed it back into her. Like, he's so good. So I don't really know why there's like a 20% drop off here, because these two should be locked at the hip always. These should be locked to the hip. And even without Acheron, he's still really damn good in ultimate focus teams with Yun Li especially. Unbelievable with Argenti. Very, very good. Even with Fei Xiao. Very, very, very good. Although that might be a testament to just how versatile Fei Xiao is rather than Zhao. But still, Zhao, literally just a better Pela. Although Pela is better in certain circumstances too, because Pela is just unbelievably broken. So they're both just so good. Now, we had the Harmony Trailblazer. I don't really like this character, but 76% is ridiculous. Although 86% is higher. So I do wonder which teams used Mei without the Trailblazer. 1/10 of them did. So I'm assuming that's just a replacement for any other Harmony that they didn't have in the team. Now, 7.7 cycles, we're looking at, these are all pretty close, but in the order, I would think this makes sense. I would think that Super Break would be on the higher side, on the lower side rather, in the cycles, just because, like I said, a little bit less thought when it comes to the gameplay, and auto plays itself. Now, Pela, I like to see it. Pela close to Zhao is great. That's good. Now, Ting Yun being at 10% is interesting. I think that's probably purely to do with the fact that the best characters we've got right now is Fei Xiao and Acheron, so there just really isn't that much of a need to put in a 4-star buffer. I mean, if you do put in the 4-star buffer, it won't be Ting Yun, right? Unless you're using different characters. So I think that's why Ting Yun has dropped off ever so slightly. Now, when it comes to Bronya, a little bit higher when it comes to the usage rate, but not all that much. I mean, when Sunday comes out, these two are going to be so similar at their base level, but then when Sunday gets upgraded, he's so much better than Bronya. It's crazy when it comes to the E1, when it comes to the Light Cone, but just standard, these two are pretty close. So when it comes to Sparkle, we're looking at 26% usage rate. That makes a lot of sense. Sparkle is one of the most comfortable characters, especially if you run a super fast Sparkle, because then you can just have your 0-speed DPS go a ton of times, and you don't have to worry about anything. Now, that is something about Sparkle versus Bronya that I particularly do. When I use Sparkle, I always go for a 3-turn Sparkle, so she's going to get 3 actions per wave. When it comes to Bronya, you can do the 1-3-4, 1-3-5 setup, so same as Sunday, and you can just have your DPS go before and then advance them up to the front. But when it comes to Sparkle, because of that 50% action advance, you are a little bit locked into certain rotations, more so than with a Bronya or a Sunday in that matter. Now, Silver Wolf being at 11% is actually really surprising. I'm surprised these people use Silver Wolf, because I didn't know people use Silver Wolf that much. I really like Silver Wolf, but when it comes to a single target boss, I mean, we're looking at Hule. Other than Hule, I don't know how many other bosses. Aventurine, actually, now that I think about it, I take it back. There are a couple good single target bosses that Silverwolf is good for, so I'm glad to see her getting the proper usage she needs, especially because, Silverwolf paired with some of these characters like what? Like Dot Hill, right? Or just Boot Hill, rather. I don't know why I said Dot Hill. Or Luca, when you use when you want to go for big breaks, when you want to go for big breaks, and or the element isn't there, right? So implanting physical on any enemy is just going to result in quite literally the biggest physical break you can get, and Silverwolf will always result in the biggest hits because she is the best single target debuffer. Now, Gwenhyphen, pretty much being a worse Zhao in every single way and form, is interesting to see her still. Actually, no, it's not. I don't know. She's fine. She's fine. She's good. She's good. Asta being so low is a little bit of a crime, however, because she has a lot of places and a lot of teams, and she is very, very, very comfortable to play with. So to see such a discrepancy between Tingyun is interesting. It makes sense, but to see such a big difference is interesting. Now, of course, Yukong and Hanya being all the way back, Hanya gets no love. Poor Hanya. Hanya deserves more. Hanya really, really deserves more because you play a super, super fast Hanya, and her own speed relics, she might be the fastest base speed character in the game, actually. I'm not entirely sure about that. Might have to get fact checked on it, but I'm pretty sure that Hanya, with her innate speed traces, plus, not even counting this, but if you count her skill giving her speed, just like Tingyun, she becomes easily over 200 speed in battle, and it's a little bit ridiculous. Now, the final category, the sustains. We've got Lingsha with the highest or the best cycle count. Okay, Lingsha, Aventurine, and Fu Xuan, then Gallagher. But then when it comes to the usage rates, the number one most used sustain was Gallagher. The second was Aventurine. And then we go into a pretty even match between Lingsha and Fu Xuan. Now, Huo came in pretty close with 20%, and Luocha is still sitting there with 10. I guess those are the people who only have 2 sustains, and Luocha is one of them. But if we look at the best one, or I guess from these people's evidence, from these people's run depositories, there's a little bit of info that they've gathered, and they say that this is a 0.2 average cycle difference, between Lingsha and Aventurine. I would assume it would be a better cycle count, just because, like I said, super break, Lingsha is ridiculous. I don't actually want to go into it too much, but I feel like I should. E1 Lingsha is so good. E1 Lingsha is so unbelievably good. She is the best. Well, clearly she's the best sustained, but she is even more than that. She becomes a DPS at that point. She doesn't even need to heal. She's not a healer anymore when she's E1. That's all I want to say. Anyways, although this is E0 in this entire thing. But we've got Aventurine being for the follow-up teams. That's all the Fei Xiao teams. But Fu Xuan being at 30% usage rate is honestly very, very surprising because Fu Xuan does nothing. Fu Xuan actually gives you nothing, right? And then you might tell me, oh, but she gives you 10% crit rate. What is 10% crit rate when you compare it to 40% attack and 20% energy to the whole team, when you compare it to just the insanity of that Lingsha is, when you compare it to all the attacks that you get with Aventurine, not to mention how unbelievably safe you are when you're going against like multi-hitting enemies like a Hule or something. I mean, you're pretty much never dying. So I don't know. Other than Mono Quantum, there's just really no purpose for Fu Xuan because the damage reduction is just irrelevant at this point. I used to think she was kind of like a Zhongli, but just 10% crit rate, not all that good. Gallagher, way better than Fu Xuan. Gallagher's he's Chad Agur. That's kind of cringe, but he's really good. I mean, he's he's just so good. He's so good, and his eidolons are so good. His E6 is crazy. His E6 essentially is Lingsha's E1, but worse, right? A lot worse, but overall though, he also becomes a DPS, right? Because in Super Break teams, I'm sure everybody's seen Gallagher hitting for 100, 200, 300k, and actually, maybe against this current MOC, because there's 5 enemies, that ult might go even higher to 4 or 500, depending if they're all broken or not. I'm not sure. Now, Huohuo coming in next. I think Huohuo is actually going to have a really good time once Sunday comes out, and Fugue for that matter. Fugue maybe not so much, because you might want to use Lingsha or Gallagher in the team, but when it comes to Sunday, giving energy to your character that gives energy to another character is actually really, really good. So in the same way that Huohuo gives energy to Tingyun, and Tingyun can battery somebody, now it's going to be the same with, the character we're talking about. So, what character are we talking about? I don't remember. It would be the, this is my signal for me to cut when I'm editing. I just zoned out. What the fuck are we talking about? Can somebody remind me what I'm talking about? Was it Huohuo? No, it was... Was it Huohuo? Was that time of Huohuo? Okay. I guess sure, we'll just talk about auto cleanse. Oh, energy. Oh, yeah, energy. Oh, yeah, whatever, energy. Energy game. So, yeah, overall, now if we have a team that is going to be giving energy left and right to all of our characters, also if we have Robin on the team too, now she's going to have no problems going into Concerto. So, I don't know, I think Huohuo is going to be on the rise once Sunday is out in a couple days. Now, also, I did want to mention just that talisman healing that we get is really, really good. I mean, the consistent heals. Now, the only issue I have with the sustaining, or the cleansing rather, of Huohuo is that if you don't use the ultimate on a character, and if they're not low health, they won't get cleansed. So sometimes you can't force a cleanse with Huohuo if it's not on her team, or if your characters aren't low health. There's a little bit of some issues going on there, but at the same time, you can't do the same with Lingsha. Lingsha also has a couple issues when it comes to spot cleanses. There's really only a couple characters that do that, so there's not really much to worry about. Now, Luocha, his light cone is so good. His light cone is so good. I need that for Lingsha ASAP. But this is Aventurine, or not Aventurine, but Luocha, and Luocha is Luocha. So he's whatever. At the end of the day, he also provides absolutely nothing of value. The 4 stars are better. So, poor guy. Japard, same situation. Completely useless. Gallagher's better. Lynx is better. As for Lynx, well, Lynx is here. Actually, we've got a 1 point... Out of these 5 bad ones, or these 6 bad ones, we've got one... Or not, they're not bad, but they're just less used because they don't have too much value. But we got 1.6 all the way down to 0.01. Preservation Trailblazer makes sense that it's useless. March 7th is actually a really good one, surprisingly, especially at E6, because you get a little bit of healing, and those follow-ups actually help. So, I don't know, March 7th I would think is better. No, I take it back. They're the same as Natasha. Natasha's fine. My level 60 Natasha sometimes does carry me, Yeah. And as for our Lightning King Bailu, she's just chilling out there with her revive. That revive is still something that I wish we got on the base characters of other characters, because that's really, really good for 0 cycles. Oh my god, if I had a revive in Lingsha's kit, that would be so good. That would be really, really, really fun, actually. Now, is this what the difference is? Fastest cycle. Average cycle. Wait, what? Oh, damn. E2 Huohua's revives. That's crazy. I'm sitting here with my E0 Huohua. Link's the only sustain I have a Eidolon on. The best Eidolon. Oh, God, Link's just so broken. Wait, what is this? average cycle count? Oh, interesting. Now here, if we look at the fastest cycles, right, in the whole 2.6 MOC, we can see that the fastest one that they had calculated, or that they had gotten from their data, I suppose, depends on how accurate it is, but let's just assume it is, they had Topaz coming in at number 1 at 7.6 cycle. We don't have to worry about the numbers. The numbers are relevant. The point is just the order, I suppose. We've got Topaz, Rappa, Faye, Lingsha. This is interesting. This is interesting because it's just pure follow-up Super Break, which makes sense. But that would mean that the Topaz teams that are with Fei Xiao, because all the Topaz teams are with Fei Xiao, are performing a little bit faster than the Moes. But that's weird, isn't it? Because if we look down, it says that Moes has a faster average cycle than Topaz. So, you know what? Maybe we're just living in a different universe. I don't really know. But if we look at the other characters, we've got the... Actually, it's interesting. The top 4 stars are Moze, March 7th, Pela, and Gallagher, which are possibly undeniably the best 4 stars, other than Ting Yin, of course. Ting Yin should be up here too. But those might be the top 5. If we look here at these supportive ones, there's not all that much. Yeah, definitely I would say those are the top 5. Gallagher, March 7th, Pela, Moze, and Ting Yun. Yeah, those are some really good ones. Pela is still just so crazy for being a 4-star. I still think she's just way too good. Maybe that's why people don't like Zhao, or decided not to like Zhao so much, was just because the unbelievable power of Pela as a 4-star. But, you know, what can you do? Now, what has changed? What has changed? What has gone up? What has gone down? We're looking at a pretty much negligible decrease in the amount of usage in Ranmei. Makes sense. 15% drop in Firefly. We like to see it. 15% increase in Aventurine. Maybe that's just because a couple people got him on his banner, I suppose. He's pretty damn good. Robin Cohen down. Hate to see it. I hate to see it because I love Robin. She's my favorite Harmony character. She's just so good. I like Ranmei too, but Acheron going up by 22% makes sense. Acheron's so good against the first side and so good against the second side. She's just good against everything. As for Fei Xiao dropping same amount as Robin, I do wonder. What the reasoning is. Fei Xiao is just so unbelievably versatile. So versatile. You can use her with pretty much everything. Maybe people did want to use Dot more. Yeah, maybe because we've finally got some wind weaknesses, some lightning weaknesses. People are using a little bit more of the Black Swan and Kafka. But if we look here, it's about a 15% increase. So maybe the same amount of teams that were dropped that had Fei Xiao and follow-ups, those same amount of teams, got increased with the Dot teams. That grammatically doesn't make sense, but I'm sure you guys get the gist. Now, a 5% increase in Lingsha. Interesting. 7% increase in Zhao. I still like to see these differences here between Zhao and Acheron, because that means there's a 21% increase or 21% difference, which is like 1/3, right? Or 2/3 in a way. So 2/3 of the Acherons that were used weren't used with Zhao unless Zhao was already in the team, which would be a little bit weird. Now here, same follow-ups a little bit on the down. And as for that, Yunli is a little bit lower. Makes sense. We've got pretty much no physical weakness this entire time. Ratio is so good, actually. I've got a ratio video coming up. Ratio and Sunday, and that 0 cycle on the first side was really damn good. And they're all E0 because it's the test server, so that's a pretty good one. Now, as for Jade, coming up a little better. We like that. Jing Yuan will be a lot better in the future. Now, Boot Hill going down makes sense because, again, we've got not very much physical, although he implants physical himself, but the damage isn't there. Because when you implant the physical, as long as it's not Silver Wolf, you're not actually implanting the element. You're just allowing for you to decrease their toughness damage by using that element. So it's a little bit different. Now, Jing Liu is at a 0.35%. Yeah, that's rough. Because, poor Jing Liu is out here getting nothing. Getting nothing. I mean, she got that new 4-piece set and she still has nothing. So, poor Jingliu. That's just the downside of having a kit that is possibly the most power creepable kit that you could get is Jingliu's kit. Just pure attack buffs and crit buffs, something that is going to be, clearly overpowered soon with the amount of buffs that we get from our current hyper carry buffers. So, Zila low, Aventurine, or Argenti rather, is the lowest, which, maybe that's just what it is. We got the guys at the bottom, except for these two, which is, Zila makes sense, I suppose, just because she's the very first one, Jingliu. Maybe because there hasn't been ice. That actually might be the reason. I don't remember seeing almost any ice recently. I think there's just one stage in MOC 11, so makes sense there. Now, as for the standards, all their rates went down. Cool. And as for the 4 stars, would you look at that? Oh, non-warpable. I was just about to say, they call the Trailblazer a 4-star too, just like me. But we had Gallagher down, Pela up, probably due to the Acherons, and of course, a little bit of a decrease in follow-up usage. The Moe's got a little bit better because, like I said, all that electric is pretty good. Small decreases, nothing to really pay attention to. And nothing serious. That is... Okay, wait. And now that we're done with that, let's look at the rest of the teams and see if we can see any wacky team comps. I just want to see if we can see anything that might give me a little bit of inspiration for cool teams in the future. So here, we've just got standard Acheron. These are looking more like iterations of the same team versus an actually cool team. But, again, more iterations of follow-ups. We got a ratio team here. It's all Acheron and Fei Xiao. We've also got some Dot Acheron using the amazing Black Swan. It's E1 Black Swan. It's even better. E1 Black Swan might be the best support. At least the best damaging support, but still one of the best supports. I mean, she's just so good. So good. I mean, it helps Boothill with physical, helps Fei Xiao with wind, helps Acheron with lightning. Pretty much as long as it's not ice, quantum, or imaginary, Black Swan is one of the best debuffers if she's E1. Now, we had Yun Li, Robin, Tingyun, and Huohuo. Interesting. I personally don't like this team all that much. I know it's good. I think it's technically one of her best teams, but I prefer damage. And Yun Li doesn't need a sustain. Huo is good, but Yun Li is her own sustain. I mean, her name quite literally is Sustain Li. It says it right there. Look, Sustainli. It's written right there in plain English letters. So, we've got Ron Malis Dot. This is going to be interesting once I turn my Zhao into Dot Zhao. Once I evolve him from his E0 state. That's going to be pretty interesting to look at. As for the rest, that's it. Nothing too special. Let's look at side 2. Peek really quickly, see if we see anything interesting. Looking standard. I still don't understand these single target teams versus that side. It's still kind of weird. And again, it's all iterations. We do see a little bit of Rappa. Oh, we see a Boothill here. It's just a standard Boothill, nothing special. I do wonder how that team worked. I think Gallagher probably did a lot. So did Harmony Trailblazer, most likely. Because you want to break them. Unless you just leave 4 out of 5 unbroken, I suppose. Maybe Gallagher cleans up the rest. Yep. I've got an interesting Bronya team here with a no average cycles. Well, that's pretty damn depressing. Okay, so nothing. We've got no cool teams showcased. No intricate teams, although I don't know why I would expect it, because those weird teams would have to be used more commonly or more often. Maybe we need to get into the mainstream, and we need to distribute our wacky builds across the globe, and maybe get people more into the idea of Dot Fae, of Dot Hill, of Boot Hill Fei Xiao, of Acheron Yun Lee, of what's another one? Mo's Yun Lee. You know, these combos are really, really damn good. So, anyways, that is it for the 2.6 usage ratings in the MOC. I am curious to see what you guys think about it. Put into the comments if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, any intricate details you guys want to share. That'd be damn cool. But make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the Discord. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios. Now, the real question is should we play with the 2 best teams and include that in the video? Is that like, would that be interesting or would that not be interesting? You know what I mean? Oh, you know, I'm so dumb. I put the Twitch chat thing so I could read it, but I put it a little bit higher so all the chats went to the top. I'm sorry, guys, if you guys want to say something in Twitch and I'm ignoring you guys. Pair Luca with any team in the team. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Oh. Well, I try the wacky teams all the time, but I'm just thinking like just for like this video to make this video a little bit longer. How long have we been going, by the way? Like an hour? It's already been an hour and 30? Almost 3 a.m. What the fuck? How did that much time go by? Wait, have I been talking for like 40 minutes? That doesn't seem right. Was that a 30-minute yap fest? Interesting. That was a 30-minute yap. Oh, we got some nice Soul Sanctum now in the back. Well, I guess we got a slow one maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna toss some cuts in there. Maybe take it down to 20 or something. But that's the thing, you know. I'm trying to. Oh, you scroll back and find out. Thanks. You know what I've been seeing recently? You know, is the characters. The characters. What am I talking about? No, the videos that get posted on YouTube. All right. I want to post more lengthy ones, right? Because, I mean, not like uncut. I want to cut it up a little bit to make it not like, I don't want like dead time in the middle, but I want to post like longer videos, like 30-minute, 40-minute videos, or 20-minute videos instead of just like the standard 5 to 12 minutes that I usually do. Just to increase watch time. Help me pay my way through college. That'd be a good one. You know, increase that revenue a little bit. But at the end of the day, just to transform more of the stream content into YouTube content. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Luca. We could do a Luca for this Aventurine team. You know, this Aventurine side. That might work pretty good. Yeah, I can test. Yeah, I can test out like the 2 best teams. Yeah, you guys want to see a Luca run? Luca or don't have E6 Su Shang, so I can't compare, unfortunately. I wish I could show you guys Serval, but I'm in the process of leveling her, so you guys will see it eventually. In a couple days, actually, we're going to go ahead and try to clear 4-star only using Serval. So, we'll go ahead and do that. There's 1 4-star clear at this MOC. I saw it a couple days ago. It's really damn good. It's Mo's March 7th on the first side. I forgot what the other two characters are. And then the second side is just Serval, crit Serval. So it was really good. That was a really, really good run. And I wish I could try to come up with my own variation of it, but the problem is that you quite literally need a Serval. Like, you need Serval. Luca, we might be able to do the Luca run, but that might be like a separate video. I'm thinking like for this video, like to add on to this video. Because it's just talking. It's just me just yapping into the camera for a long time. I wonder if I should like throw in a couple of like 2 runs in between to like change things up. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Do you think that makes sense, or should I just talk the whole time? I just realized I forgot to press the record button, so now I gotta go and clip that off the stream clip, or the stream VOD. It's rough. Yeah, that's the guy who made it. He told me something. March 7th Mo's for the first side. Don't remember the other ones. Second side, I believe, was Serval, Ting Yun, Hanya, Gallagher, I believe. Might be wrong. Maybe Pela instead of Ting Yun. Whew. I just heard myself breathe and it was weird. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do those 2 runs of those 2 teams. Actually, I think that's just to test it. It's barely possible. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick, guys. I'll be back in like a minute and a half. You know, I got a small bladder. Not really. Sounds kind of weird to say. What the fuck? Got a normal sized bladder, and I got an adult sized bladder. Fuck off. Where is this shit? Nah, just give me 1 second. Oh, YouTube Shorts. I will be getting. I'm gonna make more YouTube Shorts. Definitely. I'm gonna. Is there a Shorts editor in chat? I know you 65, 70-ish people. Is there a YouTube editor? Probably not. But yeah, I gotta find a Shorts editor to turn my videos into Shorts, because that'd be like really, really free content. Definitely. Anyways, 2 minutes. Okay, we're back. Let's see here. Okay, we're back. Oh, that's me. What the fuck? I was lurking on my phone. You guys didn't see that though. It's cold as fuck. Jesus Christ. Speed on Fei Xiao. I like to have her slower than Topaz. Is 143 the threshold to have the character go before Robin's concerto? That's not right. What is 143? I forgot. Yeah. If you want to learn how to edit shorts, I'll toss you a clip and a raw clip, and you can just edit it down. Nice. Yeah, I have to check. I don't remember if 143 might be Hollow Knight background music. It might be the threshold to have Fei Xiao, or sorry, your DP or any character go twice within concerto for the second wave. I believe that's what that is, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Like if you can get the speed, I say do it. Just go for the 143, but if you can't, then like there's no real reason if you're dropping a lot of crit subs for it. I'm curious about the attack Topaz. I gotta test it out, but go speed. She needs her ults. In some cases, you can even drop her attack rope and go energy regen rope, because you really want those stacks. Unless you're going for like high damage. Yeah, the only thresholds that really matter at the end of the day is 134 and 200. The other thresholds don't really matter all that much, except if we're talking about supports with 160 speed. First, so you can get like your 5 actions in 3 turns or whatever. Maybe it's more. Is it 6 and 3? I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, 134 for 2, 200 for 3, but 200 in reality is really 174. Just like you said, because 174 with Mei is 184, and then 184 is just one dance away, and that's it. So, let's see here. What is the what are the 2 best teams? Okay, we'll use the Fei Xiao for the first one, but should we use Firefly or Rappa for the second one? I'll write down the Luca run, and we'll do the Luca run at some point. Probably soon though, because once Sunday comes out, I want to use it with him. So one person said Rappa, and that's all I need to hear because I'm not building Firefly or playing with her. Yeah, I think the reason they put, first of all, if you guys want to know what's fucked is that E2 Fugue is Harmony. E2 Fugue is a Harmony character. So Fugue, they did give Fugue the Harmony faction, group, club, whatever it is. But it's locked behind the E2. Yeah. The biggest scam of the E2, however, is that you only get 3 energy per break, which I think is just stupid because a Harmony Trailblazer gets 10. Gets 10. But yeah, I do wonder what the light cones Because like the light cone that she has, I don't really see the purpose of it. I mean, it's good, but like meh, 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 meh. I think the what's it called, the resolution honestly might be fine on her. Jeez, fuck. Yeah, resolution might be fine, honestly. Okay, that's what we do. We'll just use these two, and then I'm gonna head to what time is it? Almost been going for 2 hours, so we'll go and finish up these runs here. So we've got a Fei Xiao, a stupid Robin, Topaz, and Aventurine. Then we've got Rappa, Ronmei, Trailblazer, Miss Ling. Nice. Fugue's light cone good on Luca? I don't believe so. You need to break twice to take advantage of it, so I think you need the exo toughness. I think. What do you mean the Foxian Prayer is colorless breaking? The colorless is just the ult. Unless I am misreading this. Okay, so one Fey. Simple. Toss on our crit damage one. Speed boots. Wind. And there it is done. Ooh. Our crit's a little bit rough. I like this one. Still a little bit rough. Perfect. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. I am pretty good. I always end up putting, what's it called, Topaz on this set, but it's like such a dumb set to put Topaz on. But I don't care. I need the rolls. Actually, this one we go on crit rate too. 98% crit. Fuck. Little bit overcapped here. It's a little bit rough. Good. Oh, why are we still so overcapped? What the hell? Oh, now we just need 2 more speed. God damn it. You know what? This is fine. Done. You know, honestly, I'm going to toss on Aventurine's Light Cone. I got it. Might as well use it, right? Okay, Rappa's an easy one. Hey, Gabe, how's it going? Honestly, I forget about the 20% crit rate from Sunday all the time because it's just so ridiculous that I think I told you guys this before, but I went into my first run with Joy with 130% crit rate. Just forgot I had Sparkle's Light Cone on Sparkle and forgot he gives 20% crit rate. It's ridiculous. Yeah, for 3 turns, and he can give it to multiple characters. So if you advance Topaz and then you advance like Ratio, let's say, both of them get 3 turns of 20% crew rate. As for the style of the shorts, I mean, I don't really know actually. I know captions are like probably yeah, like the words popping up on the screen like that, like TikTok brain rot style maybe, and then just like a reasonable amount of zooms. Not like a whole edited like fiasco. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Like my videos are very minimally edited, extremely minimally edited. My eyes are starting to burn. I gotta turn off these lights. Speed, break effect, speed. Okay, done. Finito. Finito. Nice. Do one if it's 168. We can make this a little faster, can't we? 7 speed, 2 speed. This needs to change. There we go. 7 speed, 7 speed. There's our 174. 173 link show. We're almost there. 2 dances and we should get it, so. I like that. I like that. Actually. Energy or break? We'll go energy. Cool. Let's go. What you like on make link show 1 turn old pretty damn much, I'll be honest. It's crazy. It's a crazy light cone. It's a crazy light cone. Wait. Tell me if, what the volume's like, guys. I hope it's not too loud. No, that's good. I can hear myself, actually. Okay, we're good. So why don't we go ahead and try the 2 most popular teams on the usage chart. So go ahead and bang. Oh, nice, I did Robin. Now we can get into Concerto whenever we want. So let's go ahead and start attacking. That one should have been on this one. Wasted an attack there for no reason. I want phase follow-up to always land on the proof. Go ahead and use the ult here on Topaz. And trigger a Numby. And, you know, honestly, we can probably hold this Aventurian ult for the next phase. I don't really see how this is going to benefit us. We'll go ahead and skill though just for more energy.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds.
I just realized when you skill with Topaz, you end up wasting that 10% 10 energy you get from the Bonanza state. I wonder if that really matters though, to be honest.
Like the present.
What is the sanction rate? We're at 66%. So you know what? Honestly,
Forth to hunt.
I just made a massive mistake. I just made a massive mistake. This is rough.
Victory is inevitable. Never hesitate.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
Oh, almost died. Should be fine as long as we don't get CC'd, though. Doesn't really matter.
Tricks.
Okay, yeah, we're good. With this amount of depth shred at this point, now all we have to do is just...
Fangs and
Perfect.
claws got dull.
Now we go in with a ton of stacks for the next wave. Nice. Go ahead and... You know, we could swap over the mark and then attack Savrog, but we want to go ahead and kill this thing first, I think. Yeah.
The market always fluctuates.
Yeah.
I venture forth to hunt.
Let's go ahead and kill it.
Victory is inevitable. The market is unpredictable.
And then Numby.
Investing in victory means playing the
And then we're going to wait for Aventurine. Beautiful. Get that extra follow-up debuff from the E1 of Topaz.
Or maybe I'll take it off.
I venture forth to
And go ahead and attack.
victory is inevitable.
Oh, bang, 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 bang. And it's over. We don't even need to get back into Concerto. I love this team. This is just one damn good team.
The fearless knows not fear. That won't do. I venture forth forever.
Forever triumphant. Unbuffed. Still good damage. We like to see it. So I wonder what this Rapid team is going to be like. It's almost as if it's not the same team every single time we want to play with a Super Break character. How depressing is that? How depressing. So we'll go ahead and basic. We'll go ahead and we'll skill. Doesn't really matter all that much. Now when it comes to the Harmony Trailblazer, we're on the break effect, not the energy regen. So we'll go ahead and skill. We'll go ahead and attack, advance, but then not use that ult on Mei. We really don't want to use that ult on Mei. It's just going to deal way too much damage. So here we can go 1, 2, and then smack. Nice. Go ahead and attack. And then now we can go ahead and use this ult on Mei just to get the energy back. And we can go and skill.
Take your positions.
Now, ideally, we don't kill anything here.
Dreams do come true.
And we'd prefer for both of these to not die. So stay alive. Shoot. Well, we screwed up. Well, the 0 cycle is now over. However, we can still get a 1 cycle if we're good, so a little bit depressing. This guy's going to be happy. We should have actually saved maybe that Lingsha ult possibly to double up the energy gain. So that's a little bit sad. We don't like to see it. Do not like to see it.
Feeling tired already? Do you require invigoration?
Go ahead and attack. Doesn't really matter. At least we got the ult on Rappa guaranteed at this point, but still a little bit depressing. Now here we go. We'll go 1. I think we'll go 2 and then everything should die. Just so close. Barely, 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 but still for the most part pretty good.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin.
Cosmic ninjutsu, secret technique, dazzling obliteration.
And then we'll go bang, bang, and then hopefully everything dies here. It didn't. Okay, that's a little bit sad. A little bit sad. Very sad, actually. We don't like that. Don't like that at all. I do wonder if this kills. Oh, so close, but we get to save the rapid turn. So honestly, you know what? This could have been a lot worse. This could have been a lot worse. So, this guy's gonna give us skill points, but that's normal. We'll go 1, 2, and I don't really know what the best way is personally. Now here we go ahead and attack, and then wrap up once more. Bang, and then bang. Sad cycle already gone. How depressing. Bang. What mode is this guy in? This guy is in the off-class channel, which means that he's going to advance us. Lovely. We love to see it. Thank you very much. In that case, I'm going to let him go first. Beautiful.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin.
We'll even go in ult with Linkshire just for fun. Oh, bang. Oh, I screwed up bad. Shouldn't matter, but did screw up pretty damn bad.
Every petal all will be swept away by the wind. Allow me to purge the root of your body and
Bang. Bang. And is it over? Still not over, my god. And again, no weakness break efficiency. This is what you would call depressing. This is known as 3 a.m. gameplay. Come on, hit us. Oh, it takes our energy out. This is the worst run I've ever done. Possibly the worst Rappa showcase you will ever see, but those are the 2 best teams, so I do really like them. They are quite fun, I must say. Discord. Oh, thanks, man. I'll update that right now. It's been a while since I've... Yeah, that Herda one was damn good. Let's see, that's the Discord right there. And then as for the... Might as well change it on my channel too, huh? Customize. Discord. Paste. Nice. Thanks, man. What's going on? Oni Tinkle. Oni Linkle. Is that a T or an L? Oni Linkle. Oh, interesting. Oni Linkle. I really have to get better with this Twitch stuff. I don't know, hair routine, I take a shower, man. Actually, take less showers. That's probably the real goal there is the... You know what I mean? Oh. Oh, that last rapper one was so bad. It almost literally depressed me a little bit. Actually, that was like horrible. I think autoplay could have actually done it in one cycle. Yet it took me two. That's called depression. Oh, you guys want to talk about anything? Yeah, it's like 3:20. I gotta close my eyes. I'm gonna stick around for another 3 minutes. Thought it's 2:10 maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh, why would a purple rat be jealous of my hair? I want to talk to you about your sleep schedule. There's a reason why I'm awake right now. Because I slept a lot in the middle of the day. Not really, actually. I woke up at 5. Oh, shit. Actually, oh, that's a great point. I've been up for almost 24 hours. That's fucked. No, it's been like 18, actually. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. Yeah. 3 a.m. ASMR. Sorry. I just rubbed my own ear follicles and I didn't like that very much. I'll be honest. This is high-key efficient. This is very efficient. I need to make it more efficient. But like, making YouTube videos while streaming is so much easier than making the videos like just naturally. I mean, not really, but actually a little bit. I don't know. It's almost like, since you guys are like watching me record, it feels like I have a little bit less room for error. So I kind of just like keep on going even if I like make a little mistake. But when I'm by myself and I make a mistake, it like gets to me. So I'll like go back and I'll just like restart. And because I like doing things in one take, a lot of times I end up having to re-record like the same section over and over again because I like doing it in one take. So yeah, making the videos, like having like 2 to 3 videos per stream, or 1 to 3 videos per stream. Today was a short one, so we only got 1 done, but like 2 days ago we got like 2 videos off that stream. That was pretty good. Yeah, I'm in California, land of the cucks and home of the free. The freely tax. We're not free. We're taxed to no end. It's a shit fucking state. Okay. Doesn't rain though. Yeah, I mean, you guys don't care about the mistakes, obviously. I care about the mistakes more than anything because I like to go back and fix them, but I can just edit them out too. The editing is such a bitch though. Because I'll be honest, I'm gonna go and just chop up that little bit of this stream and post it, probably in the next hour or something, and I forgot what I was talking about. What the fuck? The videos seem more genuine when it's streamed. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. I did get that little bit of like, a little bit more involved. You know what I mean? I think the only difference for this short is that it's a little bit like, you have to pretend like you're editing for like a child. I think. I don't know. Like for the most part, like it doesn't really matter. But it would be cool to just like have all my videos like turn into shorts afterwards, just so like they exist. Cause like I don't want to go through extra effort making shorts. I did that a little bit. It was stupid. But it is like an untapped area. The people who watch shorts don't really watch long form videos too, so it's like, oh, that's cool, man. That's a lot. 70 is a lot. It took me a couple months to get that. Yeah, if I can learn how to edit it, it's like, I'd like to put in like the failed runs and then like the good runs and like make longer videos out of like the treacherous process, but then it has to be like, a little bit more, And it is more fun having you guys here, actually. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Having you guys watch the runs are a lot better than just doing it myself. Can't disagree there. Actually, I will never do a zero cycle on my own ever again. Because back in the day, like the past hour, or not, past year, I mean, there were some days where I spent 8 hours trying to do a zero cycle. Like, actually stupid. Actually a waste of time. Complete waste of time. And there's this one video you guys want. Okay, let me show you guys this video real quick, because this video is like, let's see here, YouTube. Have I grown enough to the point where if I search myself up on a private browser, I actually pop up? Wow, I do. So, this video here literally took an unbelievable amount of time. This one. Okay? It's a 300... Let's mute this thing. Why do I look like that? What the fuck? Okay, I made this video 11 months ago, right? 300 views. Not too bad. And, but the point of this run is that it took hours. 8 hours. 8 hours. And do you want to know why it took 8 hours? Also, this is a 9-minute video with a 7-minute build. What the fuck was I doing? I talk about the builds for 6.5 minutes. Interesting. Okay, anyways, the point I'm trying to get across here. Okay, the run is 2 minutes. I want to play it for you guys because I want to watch it. Play it a little bit faster. Okay. This is OG Argenti. This is before we had anybody cool, right? Good damage for back then. This was the best team, right? Pela, Tingyun, and Bronya. These are like the best ones at the time. Oh, I don't know if you guys realize this. Sorry, this is auto. There's a reason why this took me 8 hours, because I was trying to do an auto zero cycle, and it was doable. I knew it was possible. Right? So I literally played on my phone for 8 hours straight. It actually may have been longer because it was over the course of 2.5 days. And it was perfect. Look at that. I mean, it's the most perfect auto run. But the thing is that you need the hits because it has to die. It's oh, that was a rough one. But yeah. I thought that was cool when I first did it. I like that one. Yeah, it was really stupid, I'll be honest. Realistically, we gotta try to recreate some of these videos here. Because these are like my good ones. These are like my best videos, right? It's like, what do these videos have in common? And like, how can I like reproduce it? Well, I'll tell you right now, every single video that did good, because these are my most popular videos, right, have either a 4-star or a standard character in the title. Quite literally every single one, right? 4-star, standard, although, HMC counts. 4-star, 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 4-star and Welt standard, 4-star, I count HMC as that. Zhui 4-star, Hanya 4-star, Moze Another 4-star. Would you look at that? That's the best non-4-star related video I've got. That's pretty interesting, I think. I got some 4-star only runs. Of course, the most secret, the most hidden, the most broken, the most amazing. That was stupid. It's funny. Yeah, I need to make more 4-star videos, though, to be honest, because if we look at what we've got recently, I mean, what do we got recently? We've got no 4-stars. We got one Moe's video, Jouet, Welt. The next 4-star doesn't come for another copy of Jouet, and yeah. Hey, you know what we should do? We should do a Jouet run next time with versus the MOC 11 because it's Quantum. We should get back into it. Lore videos would be cool if I actually knew anything about lore. You know what I mean? One was my last Luca video. I swear it was like a month and a half ago. Yeah, look. Luca versus Hule. This is a good one, actually. Let's see. I just want to see the break. Wait, was this a 3-cycle or a 4-cycle? Started with 22. Started with 25? That's a pretty damn good. A 3-cycle? That's really good. Let's see what the damage was like. This is with Gallagher, so with the sustain, so the damage won't be the craziest, but... What supports do you use for a crit Luca? I don't see how that works. I had a ton of Eidolons. Oh, nice. Wait, can Luca break this? Oh, that was so well done. That was so well done. Oh, that was a good punch. I like that. It's a good run. Hey, gorgeous Ukrainian woman. I don't know why I blocked it. I actually want to see it, but I guess I'll just ignore it. That's what I get for using a private browser. No. Yeah, I'm gonna get Sunday. Jean talks. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get Sunday. E1 Sunday. I'll be honest, if I get lucky, maybe E2, but I'm not looking for E2. I'm looking for E1. Fugue, I am looking for E2. That's like pretty mandatory, that Fugue. I mean, it's not mandatory, of course, but I want it. I mean, the E1 is mandatory, in my opinion. Like, E1's much better than Lightcone. Much better than Lightcone. E1 Silver is so good. I need to get it. I really need to get it. Need more clickbait titles. Yeah, maybe I do need more clip. Well, I don't know. What do you? I mean, I don't like to clickbait my titles too much, but at the same time, I feel like I already do, so there's no point in not doing it, right? It's like, meh. It's like, okay, this secret dot team is unstoppable. It's dot Fei Shao. I think that's fine, but it's like, meh. I found my favorite follow-up team in Honkai Star. Well, that's not clickbait. That's just facts. I built the best Moes possible. What does this mean? This means we put our best characters on the team with him. Well, yeah, that's the reality of it, okay. This secret combo feels unreal. You know what I mean? It's a little hyperbolic if you ask me. It's secret? What's so secret about it? Using two characters that aren't a secret? Well, okay. Interesting. Oh, it feels unreal, does it? Well, maybe that's just a little bit of emotional grabbing there. We're trying to just get at their emotions, perhaps. I built the strongest weight team. People seem to like that one. That one's good. Interesting. Yeah. Your icons is how I find you in the noise? Which icons? You mean my W? Icons? E2 Robin. Damn right. I think it's funny because E2 particular is like such a, it's like arguably a useless eidolon, arguably a very useless eidolon. Um, unless you're zero cycling. If you're zero cycling, it turns into a god eidolon, godly eidolon, literally godly eidolon. So I couldn't hold myself. Oh, images. Your video images? What you mean like just like the pictures, like the left right thing? Are my thumbnails good? I'll be honest, I hate my thumbnails. I use the same shit every single time, copy and paste. I understand that that's fine. Like, you should be copy and pasting for the most part to, like, keep your style. But at some point, I mean, I'm going to be running out of 2 words to be putting on top of these. Like, I go for 1 word sometimes. I go for 2 words. I tried my best. I try my best. I try not to double up. Look, secret dots, secret duo. Look, I changed 1 letter. Perfect. If I smell a hint of clickbait, I don't watch the video. Yeah, you might be in the minority there. I'll be honest. I'm not sure actually. I'm not entirely sure. Well, that's good. If they're easily recognizable, I guess that's a win. So thank you. Although, at the same time, from a YouTube standpoint, I wouldn't care as much about existing viewers finding thumbnails. It's more so new viewers that haven't seen my stuff finding the thumbnails. So I do wonder if it's like maybe my thumbnails are a little bit like too like gameplay niche, and like it won't be like, because like some of these Star Rail vids, when they get over 100K, some get over 200K, some get over 300K. But like, what's the reasoning behind it? A lot of times the thumbnail and the title is a big part of it, and yeah, I don't know. I do wonder. That's actually why I've been tossing in what's it called? I've been tossing in a couple of these face thumbnails just because I want different ideas. I want to make different ones. I personally don't like these face thumbnails, but they're so easy to make because I just put my face, a couple words, and a picture of something. Yeah. Yeah. Look, this is the level of my creativity. We got a 180-degree difference for Boot Hill here. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. This is still the best one. In terms of viewage. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Ha. Thanks, Christina. That's nice. Wyatt thumbnails. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the newer characters definitely get more. I mean, I got the next Sunday video coming up soon. I don't know when it's going to be out, but it'll be out soon. I'm just going to get reviewed tomorrow, next day. Anti-meta. I am anti-meta, so that's nice, yeah. A VTuber to put on the thumbnail. Well, I'm not going to have a VTuber, so there isn't really a point of that one, right? I am my own tuber. I am my P-tuber, my physical tuber. Sounds kind of gay. Okay, What about accidentally? Ooh, 5 pity. I like that. Good job. Congratulations. Putting your face in the corner with the YouTube. Okay. Okay. Hani doesn't count as a debuff, but she can work. She gets massive speed buffs. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, I was actually sad when I found out that Hanya's thing wasn't a debuff when I was doing my ratio debuff guide. Yeah, I washed my hands. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. The problem with the glasses is this. That's the problem with the glasses. Is that I have to constantly look down. Or like sometimes I'll take it and I'll go like this. Like I'll bring it down. So that way when I look up, I have a little bit more of like margin of error. But I don't know. It's all similar stuff. At the end of the day, who knows? Oh. Surprise. Yeah, water's important. The majority of non-normal comp players have no interest in seeing a random 4-star pop off. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I'm cool. Was that right? I'm cool. That's so cool. Oh, yeah, I love my 4 stars. Oh, stretch. If I stretch, I'm going to break shit. I'll be honest. Something's going to snap. Something's going to snap. Fuck, I didn't do the Wuthering Waves stuff. My resin's overcapping. I don't care. Oh, you guys see the leaks for that gun girl? Leah Hyperreal's lost sister. That looked really good. She looks really cool, doesn't she? What is it? Yeah, what is it? Was it 1080 by 1920 is the normal, or 1920 by 1080? 1080 by 19. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, wait, I have my laptop here. Let me pull up my editing software thing and find out. Cause I'm curious to make sure for myself. Yeah, it's literally flipped. Yes, well, 16 by 9 is like the, what's it called? The standard YouTube. But then the vertical, I wonder what the ratio is for the vertical. Like, well, 9 by 16. I suppose. That sounds weird though, doesn't it? That doesn't sound right. It says it's 1920 by 1080, or 1080 by 1920. In vertical format, of course. Vertical. Yeah, it is just flipped. Thought maybe it wouldn't be, but yeah, 9 by 16 makes sense. Oh. Okay, guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I hope everybody is subscribed. Everybody better be subscribed that's in here right now. I will be very, very depressed if it turns out that I do not have 57 subscribed people in chat. That would be, please hit that subscribe button. No, I just checked it. It's 9 by 16. Oh, yeah, I flipped. Oh, I guess I'm delayed. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. And I will be back when I want to make my next video. Which, to be honest, might be tomorrow afternoon. So you guys might see me in 9 hours. But maybe not. No promises at all. But that could be a possibility because I gotta make those videos. Yeah, I want to make those videos. Ooh, well, Zero Cycle second side. Luca, we'll do a Luca run. We'll do a what do we do? What are we gonna do? Oh, memberships. You're a genius, Mr. GG. GG's. Seriously, GG's. That good game, man. You're right. I need to make the membership stuff. I also got to make the I also what else do I have to do? I have to I mean the Twitch stuff that takes a while to grow and everything. I don't have to worry about that stuff. But that'd be interesting. That'd definitely be interesting. Anyways, thank you again. Like a 5-minute goodbye. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Farewell. My condolences. Wait, that's not right. Salutations. No, that's hello. Stationary. No, that's paper. Okay. I am sleeping. I am slept. I am already asleep.